Hey everybody, and welcome back to Cor-sta-robics. This one is number 2. Hopefully you enjoyed number 1 and that's why you're here. However, if you're brand new to this, I should say that this particular exercise class is aimed at people who are already fairly physically fit. This particular routine is slightly more intense than number 1. So if you do struggle with your knees, hips or back, then please go easy on yourself. Don't push through any sharp or unusual pain, but there are some jumpy exercises in this one, and so you've got some burpees to look forward to. So, usual rig, please make sure you've got an area of roughly the size of this mat available for you to work in. Make sure you've got some water, some comfy clothes and some decent trainers. But most importantly, make sure you've got some great tunes on in the background. You're going to need a good beat for this one. It's going to take the form of a bit of a HIIT class, so high intensity interval training. That means that we're going to do 3 exercises of a static origin, and we're going to do those 3 exercises twice through, and then we're going to do a more jumpy exercise to follow that one. Then you'll get a decent amount of rest before we go on to the next set. So, without further ado, let's crack on with our warm-up. So we're going to start off with a roll on the foot, so bringing the toes up and then lifting the heels. And whilst we're doing this, I want you to focus on lifting the chest and pulling your belly button back towards your spine so that your spine is fully engaged and your core is warming up. Remember, your core or all your abdominal muscles, they're the ones that support your upper body. So we want a nice strong core so that we're able to work more efficiently and move more efficiently and basically get more out of our lives. So we're just warming up those feet and the calves, and now we're going to go straight into a squat and reach round. So get your feet a little bit wider than hip distance apart. Make sure your knees are back from your toes so you can wiggle your toes as you go, and that just means you haven't got loads of pressure going through the knee joint. Remember, we're just warming up at this stage, so we're just trying to raise the heart rates nice and gradually, get the blood flowing, so that we can put the most into this routine and therefore get the most out. Okay, take the legs a little bit wider apart and we're going to lunge to the side, straightening off the other leg. So we're still keeping the chest out, still keeping the belly button back towards the spine, but stretching this inside thigh. Now, everybody's totally different. Everyone's flexibility is different. So if you can get right down low, whilst maintaining this position with the knee being back from the toe, then please go for it. I can't. Flexibility, not my strength. Alright, bring the feet in, give it a shake, and punch across the body. Excuse me a second. That's it. So we're just waking up the upper back, getting the blood flowing through the arms, crossing over the body. So you want nice soft knees, give it a little bounce. Not a big bounce, just a little one. Up to the ceiling now, same thing, reaching across the body. That's it. Good, right, we're going to go into some Starfish now, so feet a little bit wider than hip distance. Squat down, brush the floor, and reach back. That's it. Maybe take the arms out a little bit wider. Reach right back. One more. Good. Alright, bit of a hamstring one now. Take the legs wide and take the toes out to 45 degrees. We're going to reach up, straighten the legs completely, and then with a flat back, come all the way down, and then end up down nearer the floor. Take your hands now over to the right hand side. I'm going to mirror you, so although yes, this is my left leg, it's your right, so I will be doing opposite to you. I'm just going to take both hands down and push the chest down towards the knee so that we can increase the stretch down the back of the leg. And now we're going to add in a bit of movement, so keep your right hand down low by your foot and take the left one up to the ceiling and look up at the fingertips. Okay, so keep the legs nice and straight. Take the pressure off this lower hand. We don't want to be leaning down. So we're using our core to lift the upper body. Right, lower that arm down. Sweep to the other side. So starting off with the stretch, chest down towards the knee. Make sure the leg stays nice and straight. And now keeping the left hand down low. So some of you might be able to get your palm right down to the floor. Others might be more up by the knee. It's entirely up to you. This is all down to your own flexibility and your own limitations. Right, take the upper arm up and look up to the fingertips. Make sure you can take that hand off so you're using your core to hold that position. That's it. Good. Lower that arm down. Right, take the hands to the middle now, and I just want you to wiggle your feet and walk them in. When they need to start bending, that's fine. And then you're going to take your fingertips under your toes, and then drop the head down and push the knees back. So I'll go sideways on. So you're aiming to be in that position where you're low, your head's low, and you're just stretching the hamstrings. And you can increase the stretch by putting more of your hand underneath your foot. That's it. And slowly release the hands, bend the knees, chest out, and stand up, roll the shoulders. Good, so we should all be ready to start our little circuit. So we're going to start off with a squat. So I'll talk through the exercises as we go in the first set, and then by the second set everybody will be fine. So we'll go straight into our squats. Every third squat we're going to hold it for 10 seconds. That's 2, 3 and hold. So hold it there. Make sure you can wiggle your toes, make sure your knees are back from your toes and give your hips a little wiggle. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Carry on going. 1, 2. Down and hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. 2 more to do. So we're doing 4 in total, so that's 12 squats. Sit, down and hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. 1. If you need to rest at any point, just stop, take a break, and then come back in. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Go skiing. 1 and up. Right, well done, give it a shake. So our next exercise is a lunge with a twist. We're going to step forwards, lunge it down, and twist over the front leg, and then step back. If you have any issues with your knees, do this statically. So you're just going down and up. So if you're doing it statically, do 4 on one side, 5 on one side, and then 5 on the other. Everybody else, we're going to be alternating legs. So off we go. Forwards, down, twist, and back. Forwards, down, twist, and back. Make sure you're doing it under control. We don't need to do this quickly. The whole point is to challenge the thighs and your core and your balance. That's it. 1 more on each side. 2 more. If you're just doing this statically. That's it. Shake it out. Right, next one. Down onto your elbow. So we're going to be on the side. We're going to have one arm down, hips off the floor. If you need your hand for support, then that's fine. But we're going to do hip thrust. So we're lifting up and down. 2, 3, 4. Halfway, we've got 10 to do. 6, 7, 8, 9. 1 more, roll over. And up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more, and we're going back into squats. Good. Back into those sets of 3, 4 sets to do. Let's go. 1, 2, down and hold. We're in the Festival Olympics and we're challenging for the hover over the dirty toilet seat. That's a grim thought. But as we can't go to festivals this year, right, that's probably about 10. Let's go. 1, 2, down and hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up we go. 2. Down and hold. 2 more holds to do. 10, 9, 8. Make sure you can wiggle your toes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time through. 1, 2. Down and hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to the lunges. Woo, my thighs are burning. Down, twist, wee, and back. Down, twist, and back. Make sure you control it. Any problems with your knees, do this statically and just go up and down with the twist 5 times. And then swap legs. One more on each side. That's it. Good. Straight down into plank. Elbow down. Feet out to the side. Hand on the floor if you need the support. If not, onto your hip. Down, up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great for the side waist, these ones. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Roll it over. Woo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 more, and then we're getting up on our feet, and we've got burpees to do. Let's turn up on your feet. So burpees, bend the knees, chest out, hands to the floor, jump back, straight line, belly button up, jump in, jump up. 10 to go. Let's do it. Down, back, in, up. Get your own speed. There will be rest after this, so you can catch up if you want to take your time. I'm on 8. 2 more, if you're with me. Woo. 10. Done. Right, grab yourself a drink and a break if you need. Actually, you're having a break whether you want it or not. Woo. Gotta love a burpee. Gets the heart rate up. And given the number of times I've gone through this routine today, I've done enough burpees. Right, Arabesque time. So we're on to our next set. So this is all about control. We're going to try and control the heart rate now, and we're going to put it into a balance situation. So fix your eyes on a point up ahead and get that chest out. We're going to focus on the breathing and try and control our breathing even though our hearts are pounding. We're going to lift one knee up, interlock the fingers around the knee and pull it in towards the chest. Hold it there. We want a nice soft knee on the other leg. And then we're going to release the leg, take it back and try and straighten off both legs. Taking the arms out to the side. So challenging the balance, bring it in, staying on the same leg, bring the knee back up in towards your chest. And then take it back. Good. We've got 2 more on this leg. If you have any issues with balance, then go near a wall. And leg back. Each time try and dip a little bit further forwards and really challenge the hamstring of the planted leg. That's it. Whee! You can balance. And up. Last one, and then we change legs. Uh-oh. She's gone. Gone. So gone. That's it. And stand. Change legs. So other knee up to the chest. Nice soft knee on the other leg. And take it forwards. Trying to straighten out both legs, keeping your chest out. And in. Knee up to chest. Sit and out. And in for 2 more. That's it. Keep your eyes fixed on that point. It really does help the balance. That's it. We've got 1 more to do after this. That's it. And then we're going into a press up. So 2 different kinds of press ups, all with the same rule of thumb, which we'll go through now. Good, well done. Hopefully everyone managed to keep the balance. So press ups, the rule of thumb is you keep your nose in line with your fingertips, no matter what position you're in, whether you've got your knees down or your knees up. So long as your nose is in line with your fingertips, you're going to challenge your chest. So full press ups, feet out, hips nice and in line, belly button up towards the spine, down and up. If you're doing with half, knees down. And basically the closer your knees are to your hands, the easier it is. But do challenge it as much as you can and keep, as I say, nose in line with the fingertips. Right, whichever position you're doing this in, 10 to do, let's go. 1. Go at your own pace. That's it. Good. Right, that's my 10. If you're still going, carry on. All right, the next one is going to take place on your elbows. You're going to step back. And we're going to do 1 leg at a time, out to the side, step back, and then under to the opposite side. And then we swap legs. Okay, so it'll be 10 in total, 5 on both sides. So hopefully everyone's done their press ups now. Let's go. So elbows down, step back, belly button up towards the spine, starting with the left leg. Out to the side, back, underneath, back, change legs, out, back, underneath, back. Good, that's 1 done. 4 to do. And 3. 2 more. 1. Out. That's it. Last round. And then we're going back into our arabesque from the start. So, control the breathing, knee up, interlock the fingers round the knee, chest out, hold it there, then lean forwards, take the leg back, straight legs, as much as you can anyway, and up. That's it, and back. And up. 2 more on this leg. That's it. 1 more. Out to the back. This is the last one you have to do. Straight legs. Good. Right, swap it over. Fingers around the knees, knee up to the chest, and sweep back. Good. Knee up. Really good one for proprioception, this. That's your ability, or your brain's ability, to know where you are in space and how to react accordingly. And so we can challenge that and train it by training all the little muscles in your feet and in your core, so that your body and your brain get used to that instability and learn how to Relax. This is good, well done. Right, we're going straight down into press ups now. 10 to do, whichever variety you choose to do. Make sure you're challenged though, and off we go. And once you've done your 10, just rest there for a moment, let's let everyone catch up, and then we're going down onto the elbows for the oblique movement. So, elbows down. Everyone with us? Take a big deep breath if you're not. Enjoy the rest. And step back. Right, out to the side with one leg. Back, underneath, back. Change legs. Set. Out and under. Out, under, out, under. 2 more on each side. Good. And our exercise, our jumpy exercise rather, is what I call monkey climbs. So, take your arms out to the side. We're doing 25 in total on both sides, elbows to the knees. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 15, 16, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, these are killers. Right, that's our 2 sets done. Have a nice rest. Whew. So our next set is down on the mat. It's all about the abs and the back now. Right, so it's not about speed, apart from that final exercise. So we'll go through the same sort of group, 3 exercises, twice through. Last one, boom, cool down. All right, so stay with me just this last little bit. Down we go. So our first exercise is to challenge what we call your transverse abs. That's your lower abs, lowest point down here. When we do crunchies, the tendency is to bring the knees in as far as you can. I want you to fight that urge and leave the knees above the hips. And what that does then is it channels all the energy into this lower ab. We're then going to take the left hand behind the head and we're going to reach the right hand to the side of your left knee. So we're twisting to the side and then swap the hands over. And what you'll find is it directs that attention right down to the lower abs rather than the upper abs. Okay? So treat your transverse abs a bit like the most important part of the foundations of your house. We need to really train those properly and challenge them. So, knees up. Left hand behind the head. We're going to do 10 on both sides, so it's 20 crunches in total. Reach. 1. And 3. Make sure you're not pushing on the back of your head. Your hand behind your head is literally there just to support the neck muscles so we're not overstraining the neck. We want to focus all our attention down here, not the neck. We'll do 1 more on each side. Well done. Right, onto your front now. So we're going to challenge the back. Now everybody will be different in terms of their flexibility on this one. Some of you will be able to lift all the way back up here, and other ones, a bit more like me, will be more in this position. What we're going to do is take the fingertips to the temples. We're going to lift up, we're going to sweep the arms around to the back, crisscross the hands, come back to the temples and lower down. Okay? 10 to do, let's go. Up, sweep, back to the front, down. 1. 2. Up, back, into the temples, down. So we should feel this in the lower back and your glutes. Up, back. That 5 or 6, can you remember? Always lose count on these. I find them quite a boring exercise really, so I get distracted. Any extras we do is bonus fees. 2 more, let's do 2 more. Up, round, back in, down, up, round, back in, and down. Good. So our next one, we're going back into that whole transverse ab challenge. We're going to get into a plank. And I want full planks preferably, so challenge yourself in full planks. If you're struggling, just drop your knees down. But if everyone can start in full plank, then that's ideal. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to tuck the tailbone under and then relax it. But as we tuck the tailbone under, we're going to pull back with the elbows. So we're pushing down from above into the abs, and we're tucking underneath and pushing up from below, if that makes sense. So we're trying to compartmentalise all the abs. So you won't be able to see a huge amount from me, but basically it's a tuck underneath the tailbone, pull back with the elbows, then relax. Under. And relax. I'll say engage. Engage. And relax. And in. We're going to do it 6 times. I think that's 4. That's it. 5. And 1 more. Really tuck that tailbone under, pull back the elbows, and then relax. Good. Right, we're rolling back over onto the backs. Final circuit now. Then it's hitch kicks to finish. One of my favourite exercises in the world. Next to burpees. Best not leave the burpees out. Right, knees above the hips, left hand behind the head, and reach. 1. 10 in total, remember, on both sides. Remember, if you need to break at any point, do. These are particularly challenging for that lower ab. Couple more on both sides. That's it. Final ones. And then it's straight onto your front for the dorsal raises. So a bit of a counter position, fingertips to temples, lift up, sweep the arms round, tap the fingertips, back round and down, up and back. Up, back. Well done, team. Keep it going. Really challenge that lower back. If you're keen gardeners like me, this is really important exercise. Our backs take such a pounding. That's it. Up. Do 2 more after this. That's it. Last one. Good. Excellent stuff. Right, into that plank again. Elbows down. I should say you can do this in high plank if you prefer. I just prefer doing it in low plank. Don't know why. I don't think either one is easier or harder. Right, tuck the tailbone under, elbows back. And really engage those core muscles and then relax. And then under, elbows back. Under, really hold it, tuck it under. That's 3, we're halfway. Back. That's it. And under. And back. What did I say? I don't know. 1 more. I think that's 1 more. That's it. Everybody up onto your feet. Give it a shake out. Right, we're doing hitch kicks now. This is where we bring the elbows up in front and we're going to kick the legs quickly on each side. So there's no stopping in between. And it goes something like that. All right, we're going to do 20 in total. So it's 10 on both legs. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, sideways on. 8, 9, 10. And that's it. Well done, everybody. Right, we're going to go into our warm-up. We're going to go into our cool-down. But first, have a quick drink. Wet the whistle. Okay, good. So we don't want the heart rate to come down too quickly. So all I want you to do is a bit of a hurdle. So we're going to take the legs out to the side and round. That's it. Look to control the breathing. So if you've got more time, and the next time you do this workout, then maybe do 3 sets of each one. Or if you want to make it harder, add in the plyometric exercise, i.e. the jumpy ones, onto the end of each time. There's lots of ways to manipulate that particular routine, so feel free to do that, to challenge yourself as an individual. Right, go backwards now. That's it, out to the side. Good. Alright, well done. Right, we're going to go into a bit of a lunge now. So take a big step forwards. Nice big one. Chest out and lunge downwards. Bend that back knee, or bend both knees rather, and squeeze your butt and feel the stretch in that hip flexor right down the front there. And then take the arms up. Good stuff. Alright, straighten both legs, and now we're going to lean over the front leg. We're going to try and get the hands down as low as you can. You can hold on to your ankle or your knee. Try and keep that leg straight, leaning over that front leg. Feeling that stretch in the hamstrings. Your muscles will be so much easier to stretch when they're warm like this. So you'll be able to go further into the stretch that you wouldn't do normally. Alright, bend that front knee and drop the back knee. So, a little bit of a challenge now. If you struggle with your knees, then don't do this. I'll give you a different exercise. But we're going to do a bit of a pigeon pose. So we're going to take this front leg in front and we're going to let it lie naturally in front. So we've got the knee out to the side and the foot outside. So we're roughly, well, mine's at an angle, but so everybody's going to be different. And then we're going to come down onto the elbows, and you should feel a stretch right round the back in your buttocks. If you struggle with this position, if you've got anything wrong with your knees, come onto your back and do exactly the same thing, holding onto your foot and pulling it in towards you, like so. You could give it a bit of a push with your hand then, and then you're getting almost exactly the same stretch. But it's just a different one to add to the repertoire. And then everybody will get different enjoyment out of different stretches. Some people might not get any enjoyment whatsoever. For them, I am truly sorry. Okay, release that leg off, take it down to the back, and we're going to grab hold of the laces of that foot. And then we're going to do the whole thing in reverse. So make sure you're squeezing your butt, increasing the stretch in your quads. And then release it off. Switch to the other side now. That's it. Keep the knees together. Give your butt a good squeeze. Okay, so if you did have the problems with your knees and you're doing your pigeon pose on your back, then that's what you're going to do next. For everybody else, release that off, come up, and then take the other leg forwards, sweep it across the body, let the foot lie naturally so that we're not putting the ankle joint or the knee joint at any unusual angles, and then lean over the top and enjoy the stretch in your glutes. I could stay in this position for ages, I love it. But that's just me. Good. Okay, take the hands down, and we're going to bring that leg up to the front, and we're going to go straight into our hamstring stretch. So we're going to come straight up from that lunge, straight legs, chest out, and then take yourself down over that front knee. Try and keep the legs straight. If it's too much, just bring the back leg further in, and then you might be able to take your hands off the floor and regain your balance. Right, but we want the legs straight back. For the next bit, so we're going to bend the front leg, bend the back leg, and then come up into the hip flexor stretch from the start. So squeeze your butt. That's it. And take the arms down, step it inwards, give it a little shake. Right, we're just going to do one final stretch, which is the arm straight across the chest, pull it in at the elbow and drop the shoulder and just look over that shoulder. That's it. So we're looking for a stretch round the back here. So I'm trying to get as many routines done as possible at this stage. This throw is not going to last more than a couple more weeks. It will not be fit for airtime. I'm dreading it. Why didn't I think, pre-lockdown, get a haircut? No. Change sides. So look over that shoulder, pull it in at the elbow, and enjoy the stretch. Good, relax it off, interlock your fingers behind your back, and we're just going to stretch down, feel the stretch in the chest. You can lift your arms up as high as they'll allow, whatever suits you. Feel the stretch in your chest. Take a big deep breath, and relax, release it off, squat down, brush the floor with your fingertips, come out to the side and give yourself a big cuddle. Excellent stuff, team. I hope you enjoyed that today. Hope you got plenty out of it. Remember, you can challenge yourself more by adding in more sets or doing more of the jumpy exercises, whatever suits your fancy. But well done, thank you very much, enjoy the rest of the day.